The inauguration of the 10th National Assembly scheduled to take place today at the National Assembly Complex, Abuja, following the proclamation of the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished senators-elect and honorable House of Representative members-elect are required to come along with their Code of Conduct clearance, certificates of return, and valid ID cards for registration at 10 a.m. at the House of Representatives Conference Room 301 and Senate Conference Room 231, respectively. The tussle over the choice of principal officers has continued despite the ruling APC and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu making their choice known several weeks ago. Some key lawmakers-elect have disagreed with the party and President Tinubu's choices and have thrown themselves into the race. These and more will form a part of our conversation as we have Dr. Dayo Kayode over the phone to have this conversation with us. Good morning, Dr. Dayo. Welcome.
Yes, good morning. How are you doing here today?
We're doing great. How are you?
Pleasure being with you this morning.
All right, let us start this way. The tussle has continued for a couple of weeks now. Let us look and lay emphasis on the, choice of candidates and, what you think informed the candidacy of these men.
Yes, you see, between you and me, there is what we call constitutionality. Constitutionality. And when we applying that to in between the executive and the legislature, I think constitutionality expresses what we call also separation of powers, which means each should be independent of each other, even though there is also what we call interdependency. But that does not mean that that independence must be eroded. But independence will be eroded in a situation whereby the executive dictates what happens in the legislature. And when that occurs, that means the legislature will not be able to function effectively. Having laid that background, why should the executive at every point in time be saying that they want to have control over the leadership of the National Assembly? I will give you an instance of what happened during the last legislative assembly, whereby the then president decided to have control over who becomes what in the National Assembly. And we had the then president of the Senate saying, whatever our Baba says, we shall do. And that was why we were having that last assembly as a rubber stamp to the executive until the last minute, whereby they rejected signing or approving the loan that the executive wanted to obtain, maybe about 2 or 3 days. Let's say about a week to the end of his tenure. So, for me, I'd be so happy if this House, this present National Assembly, can insist that yes, we want to have control of what happens within that legislative house. But then, let us see how it plays out in the next few hours.
Are we likely, that's my question to you now, are we likely to see a rubber stamp National Assembly Looking at the two names that have been nominated, I'm talking about the person of Akpabio and Abdulaziz Yari. Is it that what we're going to see, looking at the body language of the president?
You see, I was reading a news last night whereby the camp of Yari was alleging that some of the security agencies are planning to arrest some of them so that they won't be able to attend to this session. If that should happen, that will mean that the executive is trying to usurp his powers. But I pray it doesn't happen. But going by the feelers, the camp of Yari has been saying, because in politics, even 5 minutes matters. The camp of Yari and that of Wase in the House of Reps have been saying that they are sure of victory today. Between you and me, if the camp of Yari and that of Wase get the nod of the 10th National Assembly to lead that assembly, are they still not in the same party? They are still in the same party. It's in the same APC. So why should the executive be saying that, yes, by all means, it has to be Akpabio and the other guy in the House of Reps? Why? They have their party constitution. They are what we call, not that by, they are what we call party guidelines. They are what we call party philosophy. They will just follow it. But what we are saying is, we don't want a kind of leadership whereby they will not be able to scrutinize appropriately whatever bills or whatever request that the executive will be bringing to that National Assembly. We want a healthy nation. We want a situation whereby dividend of democracy can be delivered to the people. And when one person is in control, then that means trouble is looking by the corner.
All right. There has been conversations around the process of nomination for, leadership of the National Assembly, both at the Senate and the House of Representatives. And, the talk about being a rubber stamp assembly has continued over several administrations that we've had in the past. And this particular school of thought feels that it is because it is a party issue. It is based on nomination levels, and people feel like if the process of emerging as a leader in this capacity is different, then maybe people in these leadership positions and in these positions of power would have a better level of independence to carry out their duties properly. How do you react to this school of thought?
Yes, when you're talking about Robert Stamp Assembly, I want to first of all give kudos to the 8th Assembly, whereby we had the leadership of Senator Bukola Saraki. At that particular assembly, you can see what played out between the National Assembly and the executive. A lot of scrutiny here and there. It's not that garbage in, garbage out like we had at the 9th National Assembly. But as is now, I am very sure Yari, as of last night, bearing in mind the news that we're hearing, has been adamant that he too is equally qualified, just as the party is bringing up Akpabio.